Hello. Well, here we are again. You know, last time I did this was the 4th of July. That was fun. About the same time frame too. But this is a little different. It's about, maybe it's a little the same. But the chance for severe weather in Lincoln is a little smaller this time than it was last time. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's zoom in a couple of different spots. There's that severe thunderstorm warning. That is for Antelope, Boone, Madison, and Platte till 7:30. That's the only one in eastern Nebraska. Central and western Nebraska. Let's see, there's a lot of them over here. There's this one, that's Custer until 7:15. That's Dawson and Buffalo till 7:45. Custer until 7:30. Ping pong ball size hail. I wonder about this one. $50 size hail. That one is golf ball size hail until, that's for western Custer County until 7:30. Then this one, let me zoom in here a little bit, clear all these out. So North Platte's getting hit pretty hard. I mean, that's 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in the same place. I mean, really, guys? This goes until 8 p.m. for tennis ball size hail. Impressive. Also for baseball size hail. Wow. And then that one's for, oh wait, there we go. Golf ball size hail. So really, golf ball, tennis ball, or baseball size hail for that storm right there. I'm going to zoom in on that. That one that's that right over North Platte. No, it's just like the airport. Oh. So that's a strong storm between Maxwell and North Platte. Let's see, then there's this one over here over by Oglala. Let's see. That's Keith and Perkins till 6:45 for ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Let's see, one over here by McCook. These warnings are overlapping each other. That's so weird. Decatur, Hitchcock, Rollins, and Red Willow until 8 p.m. for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Hitchcock and Rollins until until 7:30 for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So that's all the warnings we have, which is actually quite a few. Put this into loop mode. So your question, I'm sure, if you live in Grand Island or Lincoln, will there be severe weather in that area? And the answer is it's possible, I think, for eastern Nebraska more, because it's moving through Grand Island right now. And it's kind of missing out on it. In fact, it's eroding away. These are just very isolated. If you notice, most of this storm is not severe. I mean, look at all of this, from West Point to Norfolk to Fremont, Omaha. Good old-fashioned thunderstorms with rain. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of lightning with that. But just embedded every now and then, you got just a hail core there, hail core over here. Well, that's under me. Hang on. Get rid of the lightning. We all know it's lightning, but I mean, you notice these little hail cores right there. That's another one. There's a hail core moving. That's a big one over by North Platte. Here's another one that just fizzled out, and then there's one that's popping up just east of. It's probably near Aurora. So there's a lot of storm potential, but spotty severe weather. Just checking the socials, which is a little muddled right now. I don't know what to do with everything. That Twitter basically took away all of my the way I'm able to post on a regular basis to all of the accounts I'm responsible for, aka TweetDeck. So I'm rarely on there anymore. I mean, that's how I communicate with everybody on Twitter. So it's a little difficult to be on Twitter right now. Carrie, I look at the radar and think this can't miss us, and then it fizzles out. That happens with about every storm, and I know everybody thinks it happens for them and only them. Doesn't. It happens everywhere. It's just the nature of the biz. I mean, you look at you have to have all kinds of things for the storm to be severe, and or a lot of rain or whatever it is you want. And if that one ingredient isn't there, think of it like you're making brownies or cookies, and if you're missing one ingredient, it doesn't turn out. In Lincoln, yeah, I mean that happens a lot in Lincoln. It happens in Omaha a lot. Beatrice, it happens all the time. Columbus, any place you have a lot of people, they think it only happens to them because that's the only spot they're looking at is where they live. So when it happens, it's that's all they remember. Problem with Threads is seeing all the random posts from people I don't follow. Just let me see what I want to see. They know that, and they're working on it, and they're also working on a chronological order. They're new, and they didn't want to release Threads already, but from what I've heard, they seized an opportunity, so they released it, and it was smart. I mean, look how many followers they have now. But they still have things to work on, so just have fun with it. Keep looking at it. Enjoy it. Don't worry so much about what it is and what it isn't, and let it evolve. I mean, that's half the fun of social media anyway. But back to that Lincoln thing, where everybody, you know, like Grand Island, they used to think that they never got hit by storms until the night of the night of the Twisters. Hallam, they thought they missed every storm until they got hit hard. Lincoln thinks that right now, but I mean, we've had 4 or 5 tornadoes in the last 10 years that have been within the city limits. So it happens, just people see what they want to see, and I deal with it every day. So we have severe weather. My favorite story about stuff like that is when the interstate was built, I-80, when they built it from Cheyenne to Omaha. All of a sudden, people were reporting that they saw tornadoes all the time. They're everywhere. And so everybody thought that it was because of the interstate. Like, no, there's just people there now that they can see it and report it. It wasn't more tornadoes. It's just there's more people to see it. So it's kind of like that. New severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for Lincoln County. Golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. How many is that? Oh, some of them were canceled. I want to zoom in on this area. Okay, there's only 2 now. Oh, 2 storms too. I mean, that's impressive. Look at that. One there. One there. That makes sense. I love it when things make sense. Yeah, back to that Threads thing. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I try to stay positive about everything, and if something just isn't going right, I'm like, well, just let's work on it. there's not just one right answer. There's, there's maybe multiple ways to fix things and have fun with it. And, you know, is that area with the overlapping warnings and a double thunderstorm warning? Kinda. I mean, they may get hit twice by a different storm. I mean, look at that. And that's really a good question. But yes, you're in 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. So this area right here, this area right here, see this little slim area may get hit by this. This could pulse west a little bit. They could see hail out of that, and then this could come down like that and hit it twice. So yes, they're in 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Lincoln, hang on. That's the $64,000 question. Will Lincoln see anything? So far, this just seems to be kind of a rain event. There is no severe thunderstorm watch for southeast Nebraska. In fact, let me pull that up real quick. And it depends. We're going to see something, whether it's rain, light rain, hit and miss rain, or severe weather. We'll see something like that. Right now I'm leaning towards just the rain because timing, the heating of the day is kind of going bye-bye. The cold front is kind of washing out. There's outflow boundaries, but they're not running into where they're supposed to run into. So it wouldn't surprise me. In fact, I should bring that up. Hang on. Nope. Not seeing a mesoscale discussion. So that's good, well, or bad, depends on what you want. But I'm not seeing the chance for this watch being extended into southeastern Nebraska, or south central Nebraska for that matter, into Kansas. But it's possible. I mean, if these storms ramp up and they start to get very severe, and like, over here in North Platte, they were having baseball and tennis ball size hail. And before it was just quarter size hail. So like this storm right over here, let me zoom into it, just northwest of Columbus, looks like it's losing a little bit of steam, right? But I mean, these storms right here, like these right here, even some of these, they're starting to pop up and grow a little bit. So they continue to do that. We could see some stronger storms. And if that happens, we may see another watch. And if that happens, we may see stronger storms pulse through the Lincoln area. But right now, it just, I wouldn't mind a good old-fashioned soaking of rain. Let's see. Let's do some things here. Cape. Let's see what kind of instability is out there. See, it's not favorable. It really isn't. I mean, you look at that banner up there, up here, and all of this is like that bluish whitish color, and that's low to moderate right through here. Down here, southwest of Kearney, east of McCook, that's stronger. Model of choice? I don't have a model of choice. They're all different. It all depends on what's happening. And a lot of them pick up on different things. You just have to go with your instinct a lot of times. I look at 5 or 6, 10, 15 models sometimes. And after 20 years of forecasting weather in Lincoln and Nebraska, you kind of get a feel for what should happen. So then you look at the models and you're like, okay, this one makes a little more sense. And then you read what other National Weather Service or other meteorologists are saying, and it's a combined effort sometimes. And try to be on the same page and figure out what's happening. Wind took the roof off of an elementary school in Plainview. Just now? That's not good. Let's see, Plainville. Oops. Plainview. Did I say Plainville? Plainview. That is in Pierce County. That's way north. Well, not way north. It's over by Neely, north in Norfolk. Okay, I hadn't heard that. But they did have some 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts that blew through that area, so you know that damage doesn't surprise me. I mean, the roof, that's surprising. Let's see. Oh yeah, I just saw that from an emergency manager. Plainview News. Okay, I'm gonna go report that to some people that might want to know that. I'll be right back. Okay, I just saw the pictures. That's some damage. That's some damage, you guys. Hi, Fun Gaming. Who's Fun Gaming? Let's see. Go live. Oh, that was a new warning. When that thing pops up, that means it's a new warning. How many counties could you label on a map of Nebraska without looking them up? Not enough. Let's see. So, you know, keep in mind, we still need the rain. This is the latest drought monitor, and even though we've seen a ton of rain lately, we could use some more. So we'll see what happens. Let's see, let's go here. Oh, I'm already there. So there's a live look. Let's put this into motion. And this is interesting. Look at these storms developing right over here. So you got the main push, that's that cold front right through here. And then you got the rain on the other side of it, some severe weather there and there, big hail, this line, that's wind. When you have a big comma shape like that, that's usually wind. And then you've got redeveloping on the other side of this, which is always a concern for flooding because it's going over areas that have seen heavy rain already. So yeah, you've got hang on, let me got this frontal boundary. That's not what I wanted to do. goodness sakes, why do you guys even watch me? I don't know what I'm doing. Cold front like there, then kind of like that. Did you see the SPC Day 2 outlook for tomorrow? I did. And you know what? It's interesting that you bring that up, because you've heard of the butterfly effect, right? Where butterfly slaps its wing, and then a week later a hurricane happens on the other side of the planet because of it. Hey Jim, how you doing? That's similar to this. So we have things happening right now. So what does that mean for tomorrow? Well, we have to see what happens now to know what's going to happen for tomorrow. Now this is where things get interesting. They send up weather balloons to basically check out the atmosphere. You know, it's like sending a thermometer straight up on a balloon. Okay. Now they do that here, 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 and then over here. That's it. I mean, for our area. So, and well, I guess there is one up over here too, like right there, Sioux Falls. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you imagine if we had like 1,000 of them? Then we'd know a lot better what is going to happen tomorrow. But because we only have these 5 areas, and they usually send them up around 6 p.m., so they've already done it. So we're not going to know what the atmosphere looks like until 6 a.m. tomorrow when they send up another balloon. So what happens with these storms tonight will play a big part in what happens with the storms tomorrow. So yeah, there's a slight risk for almost the entire state again tomorrow night. Latest models I've looked at have 2 things happening. Well, 2 different things. One, absolutely nothing, because a cap holds, and that's warm air aloft. The warmer the air above, the harder it is for storms to get going. 2, an outbreak of severe storms that large hail, damaging winds, tornadoes, the whole 9 yards. Overnight into early in the morning too. So Dustin and Jim, how you guys doing? It's always good when people see each other. It's like, hey, what are you doing here? So how many we got here? 48 viewers. Hey, that's pretty good. Thanks, guys. I do appreciate that. Let's see. Anybody talking on the tweeters? No. Facebook group. I thought my son would be on here. He asked me if I was going live. I said, yep, right now. So latest severe thunderstorm warning for Keith and Perkins till 7:15 local time. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. That's that one over by Ogallala. So yeah, I mean, here we go into. Let's take a look at the Lincoln area, because this storm is actually getting close. I've got my GoPro set up outside the station, so we will see what that picks up. Hi Robbie. Hey, that's my brother's name. Hi Alyssa. Watch out Grant. Yeah. You guys are awesome. So let's see. Hang on. I'm gonna put stop in the loop. Lightning. Oh yeah, look at that. All right. I mean, the lightning's far enough away. I mean, I need my glasses. It is 20 miles away. Now, if I was doing weather forecasting for a Memorial Stadium during a Husker football game, I would be telling everybody that would listen, and there's a few people, that the game would likely be put on hold because of lightning. And that is one of my jobs. I don't know if you guys know that or not. I do work. I'm the on-site meteorologist for the Huskers during football games, and the volleyball game coming up too. Oh, what were you asking? Knuckles County get anything? Oh, let's see. That is. Yeah, I mean that storm over west of Grand Island. What was that? Oh. Hang on, let me zoom in here. Oh wait, Hebron's over here. Okay, so yeah, I mean this this line right here. Sorry, I was looking at a couple of different things. This line right here may eventually push down into the Knuckles County area. There's that severe thunderstorm warning right there. Will it be severe once it crosses I-80? The chance is lower than it is right now. I've noticed a lot of this has been kind of weakening as the evening progresses, which is fine. I'd rather just have the rain and not the severe weather. But we've got pockets of strong storms. I mean, there's these right over here. There's and this right here. Those are the only severe storms we have right now. So, you know, that's, look at those though. I mean, these over by North Platte. Let me see. Yeah, latest from about that Plainview in Pierce County at 5:30. Roof blown off elementary school, which was blown into the high school and damaged. Numerous trees uprooted across town and power lines down. Plainview got smacked. Wow. That is incredible. Do you think the SBC will upgrade the outlook for tomorrow? Depends what happens tonight. We were just talking about this, where the chance, we have to wait and see what happens tonight with these storms. And if they create enough chaos among the outflow boundaries and the atmospheric stability and all that kind of stuff, there's an area of unstable air, and you know, if there's a cap in place, that's the number one thing. We were just talking about this. So if you're just joining us, Husker Man 88, there's going to be a cap in place, and it's going to be hot tomorrow. And hang on a second, I need to fix something here. So do I think the chance for severe weather is going to happen tomorrow? I think there's definitely a chance. Oh shoot! There we go. Okay. But will it get upgraded? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's a slight risk in place now. If they upgrade it, it might go to an enhanced. And if it looks like it's going to be really bad, it would be moderate. But right now, we all know that there's a chance for storms. So just prepare, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. But two things could happen, and I was talking about this earlier. Absolutely nothing, and one model actually says that. One of the ones that well, let me tell you this: the HRRR at one point, the 6Z model run said tornadic storms possible. Then the very next run had nothing. So we have to wait and see what happens with this storm. What does it leave behind? Does it leave a lot of outflow boundaries and chaos and things like that? And if it does, then we may see some storms develop tomorrow afternoon. If it doesn't, then we might not get anything. Severe thunderstorm warning. That's a new one. That's over for Lincoln County, Lincoln County again. See how big that hail is. Tennis ball size hail. Yeah, that Plainview is something else. That may make our news tonight. I'm not sure. I left it up to the news people. That's their thing. But that's pretty incredible. Let's see. Did I get any mention? Nope. Okay. Good. All right. Just monitoring. I have like 12 different ways of getting information. So I'm always looking in like a dog chasing a squirrel. Okay. All right, so where are we at? Let's put this into motion, shall we? And just kind of zoom in. Got these. This is the most severe area right here. That's these storms right here have golf ball to, well, had one report of baseball size hail. This one headed towards Grant is dying off. Still might have some quarter size hail in that one. This is interesting though. Look what's happening. This storm is moving like this, right? Kind of like that. This one is moving like this. And this one's moving like this. So you're getting kind of a swirl. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this, like a swirl like that. So when I see that, that gives me a little concern for this area right there, because you have this storm coming at it with big hail this way, and then this is, you can already see it, it's moving this way. So that gives you a spin. That gives you a spin right like that. And what does that look like? So something to keep a close eye on if you live along and east of 83 and just south of Interstate 80 between Kearney and North Platte. Has Lincoln ever seen a derecho? At least since weather reg. Yeah, I believe so. I still think it's interesting that the derecho has been around for 100 years, I mean ever. And I can't remember what it was that made everybody aware of the derecho. Because now a lot of people talk about it. I mentioned this in our the last YouTube that I did. Like, it's like the polar vortex. That's always been there. It's always been there. And there was one writer that mentioned it in some random article, and then boom, everybody knows about it. Will always be Highway 2 to me. Yeah, me too. Iowa derecho? Okay. I've always known about it, so that's why, when other people started talking about it, I'm like, why are you guys asking about this all of a sudden? You never did before. So, okay, the Iowa one. That makes sense. Wonder what the next one's going to be. What's going to be the next weather event that nobody's heard of, but it happens all the time? Grapple. Let's make it grapple. I'm trying to think of an obscure. The day after tomorrow's superstorms. Yeah, that was a long time ago. It was like 20 years ago. Dry slots. That's your favorite, Jim. Very much not mine. Okay, wait, I got off track. Look what I'm doing. You guys keep me talking about stuff and I forget where I'm at. Okay, let's move over here. Ooh, Lincoln. York's getting some rain. Seward. Look at that. That's moving fast. Oh, look at that storm right there, though. Right there. See, it's ramping up a little bit. Interesting. Will have to be something we keep an eye on. I bet if that pulses up a little bit more, they might warn for it. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Knox County. Listen to this, you guys. Social media photo of steeple ripped off of a church in Knox County. Wausau? W-A-U-S-A? Wausau? It's not Wausau. Knox County. Okay, hang on. Oh, look at this. Every time I leave, a new warning is... Oh, it's for that one I was just pointing at. Look at that. Boy, I'm smarter than the average bear. Bring the rain to Waverly. Dang, water emergency here. Yeah? These droughts keep up. Haboob will be the next popular weather term. Nah, that's been done. I think Arizona owns that one. Yeah, I was just talking about that. We all need rain. That's for darn sure. Let's see. All right, let's take a look at this warning. That's this warning right here, just west of Columbus, is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. No surprise there. So even though this wave is moving through, there may be redevelopment behind it. In fact, there is redevelopment behind it. So all of this is redevelopment, even that little guy right there. At least my grass is green this summer. Yeah, mine wasn't for spring, now it is for summer. How weird is that? Oh no. Live. Better bring that down before somebody screenshots it and thinks it's something else. Another downpour in Norfolk right now. Good to hear. Yep, that's that secondary wave of rain right there. That's good. I mean, most of this is solid soakings of rain. Just when you get that, when the pinks and maybe the whites eventually show up, that's never good. Look at all this rain moving through Kearney, Lexington, headed towards Hastings, Holdridge. There's another severe thunderstorm warning. That's Gosper and Dawson. I went from brown spots to mushrooms in the lawn. Yeah, me too. Whoa, sorry. I may I'm in a different room right now, and I really want to get back into the studio. They were doing some stuff in the studio, so if I leave and tear all this down, I will bring it back up shortly. So don't worry about that. What made you want to be an on-air meteorologist instead of working for the National Weather Service? That's a long story. And I did apply for the National Weather Service. I think it was in Kansas City before I applied for television. So I wanted to do National Weather Service. But a job's a job, and one was available in television. Huh. So storms are continuing to move towards and across Interstate 80 now. it'll be interesting to see if I can go home on time tonight. Yeah, that Wausau and Knox County and that Plainview and Pierce County. I mean, this is scary stuff. I mean, it's why we go on air and break into programming. I mean, my biggest fear right now is that there could be a severe thunderstorm warning for Lancaster County, including the city of Lincoln, during the Bachelorette. I mean, it's a real fear. It's a stupid fear because, you know, weather should and people's lives should prompt any kind of television show. But people don't see it like that. And I get it. I really do. I mean, it's Boone and Platte County. Oh, they just had one. People really love their shows. So, I mean, I know, I understand it. What time do you usually get home? After the 10 o'clock sometime. Takes me a while to get back home, but I get home. And if there's severe weather, I'm, you know, here until there's no severe weather. So, I mean, this is good though. I mean, look at all of this rain. I've got an interesting trivia question tonight that's on the 10 o'clock news after weather. It's, oh, there's another severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Lincoln County, the county of Lincoln. Another one for 2-inch hail. So the hail is getting smaller. It's sad that 2-inch hail is smaller. That's just bigger than golf ball size, just a little bit. What was I saying? Oh, interesting trivia question during the 10 o'clock news tonight after weather. Which period of time has seen more rain? January, or more liquid precipitation, okay? January through May, or the month of June, or the month of July. Those are your three options, and I'll have the answer tonight at 10:20 p.m. Watching on the phone and the home run derby. Well, Cindy, there's been a lot of strong storms. Let's take a look at that. If you live, Lincoln County. Well, I don't know where you live exactly, but that's Lincoln County right there. The storms have crossed Interstate 80 and they're headed south and southeast. There's a severe thunderstorm warning right there for Lexington. I think that's new, isn't that? Let me see. Gosper, Dawson, and Phelps. That was just a few minutes ago. Okay, 60 mile per hour wind and quarter-size hail. North Platte. Okay, yeah, I mean it's moved through North Platte, but there's still storms out there. So just keep an eye on the radar. But a good swath of rain trying to move through the capital city right now. Love that. Kearney. Nothing severe there so far. That one little line, that's a little, this is not concerning, but worth watching. That could be some heavy rain, maybe some small hail. Whenever you start to see that pink show up, see right there, just east of Lexington, that's indicative of usually 1-inch hail, or at least close to it. So you usually get a warning when you see that. And then over here, a lot of pink showing up on the radar just south of Interstate 80, south of North Platte as these move to the south and east. I want to see something here real quick. Let me look. I'm going to zoom in on this one storm right here, because that looked like it was having a little fun rotating. Yeah, I mean, that's rotation. Broad rotation. But, you know, thunderstorms do that. I mean, this doesn't look like tornado rotation. That just looks like the thunderstorm's doing what it's doing. It's moving wind in weird directions, but it's not a tight couplet. So I'm not expecting that to go tornadic unless it tightens up more. Then there's this one over here, just southwest of North Platte. That's, again, it's not tight enough. There's even this one just southeast of Lexington. Let's go to a different one. I mean, that might even be a little closer. You start to see stuff like that, but it's just not in the right spot. So let me zoom out here. Yeah, there's no rotation anywhere else. So that's good. I mean, you don't really want to see. I'll go to a different one here. Turn the clouds off. Here we go. Just a different, this is a different look at a radar. It kind of makes it easier to see. What we were looking at earlier is more of a raw image. It shows actual, where the actual thunderstorm, rain, and it just doesn't look as pretty, but it's more accurate. So what I'm saying is things that don't look as pretty are more accurate. So, I mean, I got that going for me. Let's see. Not a drop here yet. Well, you live on the other side of town, Jim. Just give it a second. Kids are at church camp in Lexington. That is, I mean, hopefully they're in a safe spot. And that hail is moving past Lexington now, east of there. So hopefully they're in their safe place. I mean, that's what's cool about church camps and things like that. They usually do those drills. They make sure the kids know where to go, and that's part of it. Scott says, "Thanks for the live feed. You are my go-to always. My wife always asks, what is Rusty saying?" Oh, I hope I'm right. Let's see. Yeah, just some light rain starting to move into North Lincoln, starting to cross Interstate 80 now. Thunder, good. That's in the capital city. Let's see. I thought these storms would have packed punch a little more in our area. It wasn't set up right for timing. When the storms we knew, that's why there isn't a watch for southeast Nebraska, because once the storms got here to Interstate 80 in southeast Nebraska, there just wasn't enough of the recipe for a severe thunderstorm. Enough for rain, some lightning, some thunder, stuff like that, but the severe weather aspect of it, it wasn't all there. It's like if you were baking cookies and you didn't have enough sugar. It's not going to turn out very good. You'll still get a cookie. It's just not going to be, the best cookie. Does that make sense? Hope that made sense. Well, it is 8 o'clock. Starting to rain in Waverly. Thanks, Tim. I mean, there's still severe weather out there. I mean, it's crossing. Well, here, look. In case you're just joining us, I want to show everybody the tornado watch. Severe thunderstorm watch. I apologize. Notice it doesn't include much of eastern, southeastern, and parts of south central Nebraska. It's just it wasn't set up good enough for severe weather. I mean, the chance was there. In fact, let me see if I can watch box. Yeah, there you go. So I mean, it's even further north than the actual watch itself looks like, because that's the watch box right there. And so once it gets past this line right here, once it gets past that line, this area, a little more stable. Now you can still get severe weather in there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if the storm is moving right along and it's got enough to it, it's still going to throw some severe weather out there. But this, I mean, we're obviously seeing that that's just not the case. Now these ones in North Platte, once they get further south, very possible that continues to be severe. Raining and fair amount of lightning in around Malcolm. Good to know, Scott. Thank you. Lancaster County, just some moderate rain, light to moderate. Heavier rain moving between Fremont and Columbus. Stronger storm west of Columbus with that, that's likely some nickel to quarter size hail. Strong storm moving just past Lexington. So a stronger storm near Kearney. This is worth watching right there. See that? Last time I pointed something like that out, it went severe just a few minutes later. Got to get baby to sleep before the storm. She's almost out. Boy, do I remember those days. Good luck. This storm continues to be severe. This is a neat little storm right here. This one just keeps moving like this. Away, that's moving away from us, but it's had a lot of wind. So big fear of mine right now is if I need to cut in, which means I break into programming, I would do so during The Bachelorette. Anybody here watch The Bachelorette? My wife does, but she likes The Bachelor more, so she doesn't care. But if I have to break into The Bachelorette, I've done things like that before, and I actually get hate emails, Facebook posts, people threaten. It's not good. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna do, and we've already talked about it in the newsroom. We have a plan. Put this into motion. See, now people are gonna notice how Lincoln is going to see rain. So what's right here? See, nobody's talking about that. But if it was to happen to Lincoln, you know how many people would be talking about that? Not gonna name any names, but a local radio DJ would be all over that. But I mean, look at that, right through there. Nothing. It happens. If I point more of these out, you think people will stop pointing it out when it happens to Lincoln? No. It's so frustrating. Yeah, Cameron, they can, but some people don't. I mean, it's, they're used to turning on their TV and watching their show, and if they have to do it in a different way that puts them out, that they're not used to, they're angry about it. I understand that, but you don't have to threaten me and my family. Rumbles and sprinkling in Northwest Lincoln. Thank you, Simply. Okay, we have an extension. Let's see what that means. Come on. Why isn't this? Severe thunderstorm watch has been expanded to include Franklin, Knuckles, and Webster. So who was asking about Knuckles? That was somebody earlier. Who was that? Donald Tyler. Severe thunderstorm watch has been expanded for Knuckles County, Webster, and Franklin. So why is that? It's probably because of this storm right here. Look at this though. So people were asking about tomorrow and the severe weather threat for tomorrow and what that means and what do I think they're going to do. It's things like this. See this thing right here? That's an outflow boundary. This right here, another one. Right there, you could barely see it. But these little waves we're watching, and that's going to interact with things tomorrow. Another frontal boundary moves through. So what happens when all of that happens and the cap that's in place and the heat and the humidity and calculus. You put all that together and we figure out what's going to happen. So yeah, exactly, Dustin. So, I mean, let me see, hang on. I mean, this area right there, nothing. Who's they? Drew Ferguson. Well, they were talking about a possible quasi-stationary cold front. Storm Prediction Center guys, or your local meteorologist, or I'm not calling you out. I'm actually serious. I'd love to know where people get their weather information from, and when people say they, I mean, was it your grandpa? You know, I mean, I don't know. Starting to cancel some severe thunderstorm watch boxes. Wayne, Antelope, those were canceled. What else? Pierce, basically everything along west-east line around Norfolk, north. That's been canceled. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be a boundary layer in place, and that's your quasi-stationary cold front. So what does the boundary layer do? Does it move north? Does it move south? Does it run into your warm, moist air? Does the cap hold? Is there enough upwards ingredients to break that cap if the cap is strong? Is it weaker? What is the temperature 20,000 feet in the air? What is the temperature at the surface? How much dew point do you have? How high does that warm air go? How strong is the cold front? Will it push further south? There's so much. There's just so much you can look at, and it's hard to tell. Storm Prediction Center, when I looked at their outlook for tomorrow, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, they talk about that, and it's one of the components, and you know, they write up that forecast discussion, and there's a lot of stuff in there that's very highly technical, and it's my job in 3.5 minutes to tell everybody about it. And I try to keep it at like a 6th grade level, because just about everybody can understand that. Because if I get any more technical than that, it's like my son goes, what are you talking about? So I try to talk to everybody so that everybody understands, because not everybody has the same education. Not everybody knows anything about weather. Some people do. They know a lot. Some people know absolutely nothing about weather. So I have to find that happy medium. And that's tough sometimes, because I have a degree in meteorology. I have a degree in climatology. It's been a while since I was in school, but you know, there's a fly in here. Come here. Anyway, okay, where were we at? So, okay, it is a little after 8 o'clock. I think without the severe weather out there for most of the state, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this one down, and I'm going to set back up in the studio. So I will be back, I promise.